The UFC is coming to Macau, and this card could rival some of these Abu Dhabi fight nights. Headlined by Peter Yan versus Figueiredo.
Boy, do we have a banger on our hands.
Oh, man.
I'm hyped. This is like probably one of the best matchups of the year. Not the biggest fight, but the best matchup.
This fight has potential to be unreal. We both know that Peter Yan comes out and puts on wars every single time he steps in that cage. And Figueiredo on his bantamweight resurgence, trying to become a potential double champion? Who would have thought this?
These boys got gas tanks as well. These guys are going to go all 5 rounds, an all-out war. On the ground and on the feet as well. They're good everywhere.
Dana is either hitting the ball out of the park or striking out when it comes to his match cards, and this is definitely a home run.
Yeah, and on the undercard, the co-main, we got Yan Xiaonan, who just lost to Zhang Weili, versus Tabitha Ritchie, who just won her last fight. This is a rank 2 versus a rank 9, so pretty big difference.
And Yan did not look terrible.
Dude, she looked good.
Yeah, there was rounds that she won. Yeah. Although she probably lost 3 times that fight. Like when she was dead and then the round ended and then she just got resurged.
Yeah, she got choked out.
But definitely talented, just in a division with Zhang Weili, who is like generational, unreal, should be pound for pound number 1. I'll glaze all I want.
And Tabitha Ritchie, let's be real, she's probably going to get destroyed in this fight. This is a bit of it's a fun matchup, but I think it is almost a little bit of a mismatch with how good Yan Xiaonan is. But who knows, maybe Tabitha Ritchie can prove us wrong. Nonetheless, I love to watch Tabitha Ritchie fight.
Let me put something out there. Imagine we lived in a world where Macau just tossed the bag to Dana and said, put on the best fight night you can. We had Zhang Weili in the main event defending her title, and then a 5-round Peter Yan versus Figgy in the co-main. Oh,
that's a
paper.
low-level pay-per-view card, though.
Yeah, that's almost better than the MSG card.
Facts. Can we talk about why Zhang Weili isn't on this card? It feels a little bit disrespectful.
It's because she's too big for this. They are putting her as the main event of a big pay-per-view. She's main eventing the Connor card.
She's above Connor. That's crazy.
We also have Volkan Ozdemir versus Carlos Ulberg as the featured fight. Ulberg was set to co-main event UFC 303, at the time the biggest gate of all time.
Dude, Carlos Ulberg was supposed to fight Jamahal Hill, which was a banger matchup. But now we got this one, which is equally exciting because Volkan Ozdemir just won his last fight in dominant KO fashion. That was absolutely brutal what he did to Johnny Walker.
Yeah, and if you look at Carlos Ulberg, in terms of like the guys in the rankings for light heavyweight, he's one of the youngest guys, but he's still like 31. So, we have an older division. So is he going to slowly start making his way up? A win here kind of sets him up for potential title fight or fighting one of the guys at the top, like Yuri or Jamahal Hill. Like there's a lot of fights you can make in light heavyweight. So this fight I'm really excited for.
He is one of my favorite contenders. We actually did a video where we were going to talk about fraud checks that were incoming. I looked into Carlos Ulberg a little bit more, and I could not fraud check him. He is so freaking good. He has submission wins. The majority of his wins are first round KOs, but he also has the ability to submit people, which reminds me of a Tom Aspinall, right? I'm not saying that he's that skilled, but compared to a lackluster division of talent in light heavyweight, he might be the guy.
After Cyril Gane and Volkov's fight was canceled for UFC 308, it has now since been rescheduled for UFC 310 in Las Vegas.
A little bit sad about this because I was excited for that 308 card and still a banger card. It didn't really get downgraded that much, but this is going to be a great add-on to the December card, whatever they have lined up for that main event.
In terms of the December card, I'm assuming that this is going to be the featured fight, and it's looking like it's going to be Zhang Weili in the co-main and then potentially Bilal Shavkat in the main event.
That would be, if we had those 3 fights lined up, I don't even care what the first 2 fights are. That's a good card.
You could put plumbers out there.
They probably will.
You could run back Bakaya versus Cap and I wouldn't even care.
All right, let's move on. We got more fight news. Ian Garry says he has some news incoming. Dylan, give me your early prediction. who is he going to be fighting?
It has to be Leon Edwards, but it's interesting that Ian Garry's the first one to come out and talk about this. You know, you'd think that if this fight was in the works, that Leon Edwards would be the person who was going to come out and talk about it because he is the bigger name. So who knows? But early guess, it's probably going to be Leon Edwards.
Yeah, actually, what you said makes a lot of sense. And for that reason, it almost makes me think it's more of someone like a JDM, because JDM's coming off that injury and he is going to be ready to fight within the next couple months. So I could see Ian Garry coming back. Maybe not December, but maybe January.
All I know is if you're Ian Garry and you got to watch out for JDM, that's...
Yeah. This one is a bit of a fun Twitter thread. The original tweet is Jamahal Hill believes Khalil Roundtree can give Pereira trouble from the southpaw stance. Then the reply is, I've never seen him dominate a southpaw, in quotes. Bro, you were there. If you don't get this, Jamahal Hill is quite literally a southpaw who got dominated by Pereira. And Pereira is the best kickboxer in the UFC. Let's not kid ourselves. He has had countless fights against southpaws. Trust me when I say he will not struggle against Khalil Roundtree.
It's Pereira.
Come on, Shama.
Just adds to Jamahal Hill's just like...
delusion.
Yeah, just being a... I don't even know. Like, we just gripe on him like every video, I feel like now, because it's just so easy.
So easy.
He's getting what he wants.
Next up, we got Chase Hooper fight news. It's a tweet from Chase Hooper himself. New 4-fight deal signed, bout agreement signed. See you guys in December. Another banger on the December card. They're cooking.
Opening up the December card?
Yeah, probably headlining early prelims or even on the featured.
Yeah, or even like somewhere on like a fight night in December. I wouldn't mind seeing this on 310 though. Chase Hooper is always exciting in the ring. So 4 more fights of him, I'm in for it.
Yeah, he's a hyped prospect right now. He looked incredible against his last opponent. I can't even remember who he fought. It was not it was a decent matchup, but he just absolutely dominated him on the ground and on the feet. So excited for his future.
We got bad news for all the boys who wanted to see Volk versus Lopes. It doesn't look like it's going to happen yet, as Volk is really waiting for that title shot. Lopes said he would do it. Volk, not so much.
I mean, it makes sense as a career move for Volk, right?
Yeah, you got to be careful. Like, if you're Volk, you have this title shot. You know, you have either your rematch against Ilya, or you're coming in and you're fighting Max for a 4th time. You basically have that all but secured. So if you're Volk, why would you risk that on Diego Lopes, who, honestly, when it comes to be December and we're talking about the biggest risers of the year, it might be Diego Lopes.
Yeah, 5 fights in 13 months. Absolute tear right now. All right, last bit of news we got for you guys. Merab tweets, I hear O'Malley thinks he won the fight and is looking for a rematch. If he wants it, he can have it. Let's do it November 16th at the Garden, and then I'll still defend the title against whoever the UFC wants me to fight next. What do you think?
Merab only tweeted this because he obviously knows that Sean's going to get surgery.
Yeah, he's a little bit scared of Umar, it seems like. He's not beating the allegations. Umar and Sean both had a little bit to say. Sean replied saying that he is getting surgery and you need to fight Umar next. Umar said, you'll do anything except fight me, pretty much. You'll say any name except mine, which is looking kind of true. But realistically, the UFC is going to force him to fight Umar. He does not have power like Pereira has.
Okay, hear me out. Imagine we see Merab fight the winner of Jan versus Figueiredo next. Could you imagine?
It's not, no way.
I don't think Dana would let that happen, but like, if Merab really wouldn't fight Umar, Dana would strip him. Like, yeah, guess what, bro?
6 months you haven't fought?
Cut.
Yeah, it's like Bilal.
There's another thing I want to talk about quickly. Poetan shaved his head. We are 8 days out from another Alex Pereira fight.
It's going to be a banger.
There is going to be so much great content. Tomorrow we have UFC Paris. Next weekend we have UFC 307. I saw an Instagram reel last night. We're now 29 days away from UFC 308.
Crazy.
The content is going to be crazy. Make sure you guys subscribe. Be here for the ride. And we will see you guys next time. Peace.
See ya.